Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here on a Friday night with Michael and I, NC Relic Hunter. We are super excited, and we hope everybody's had a great and fantastic work week. We got a jam-packed show just full of stuff for you guys tonight. And I know a lot of you have been tuning in, doing some other things, and we appreciate you taking your time to come with and be with us tonight and just hang out because it's a Friday night hangout. Michael, how's it going, Michael?
Going good. Good evening, guys. It's good to see you on here tonight.
Right, and Michael, it's been an interesting week, hasn't it?
It has. We had some announcements and new machines, and it's been interesting to see how this plays out. And I'm
Right.
looking forward to seeing that machine. Some more hunt videos with it.
Yeah, and we're going to see those things real soon. Real quick, Michael, let's go through and we're going to do our shout outs because we got 35 amazing people that are in here tonight that joined in with us to talk metal detecting. And how cool is this? We just hang out on a Friday night, talk some metal detecting. Maybe you're having your favorite beverage too while you're doing this as well. And we just enjoy being with each other and hanging out and having a good time. So we got Mr. Mad Max that he came on here. He says it's early. But he's going to be taking his Elite out, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the Elite later on in the show. So thank you, Mad Max, for being here. Chris is in the house. Chris is always a loyal supporter. We appreciate Chris. Mr. LC Hunt is in here with us. Always super excited to have an LC. Dirt Devil Detecting is in here with us tonight, and he sent me some great finds, and I can't wait to show you guys some of those finds. He was using the Sweeper program, Michael.
That's a good one to use.
That's right. And by the way, one plug for Dirt Devil Detecting. We're going to talk about a little bit about his remote control holder that you can get for your Deus 2. It locks it in really nice. If you are interested in one, just type in Dirt Devil Detecting at gmail.com and hit him up for one of those remote control holders. He makes them with a slight slant, but I think he makes them with it being straight up too as well. So you can get one of those. You don't have to worry about your remote getting knocked off. If you're a water hunter, if you're doing anything, Dirt Devil Detecting can get you hooked up with a remote control holder for your Deus 2. Thank you, Dirt Devil Detecting, for all you do. We appreciate you, buddy. Let's see. We got Mr. DS Metal Detecting always in here with us as well. Mr. Workman's Adventure. Good evening, Workman's Adventure. Glad to have you. Mr. Jack Bellamy. Always great to have Jack in here with us. Mr. Edward G. Always super excited to have Edward G. And we got some great finds from Edward G. That we're going to show tonight too, Michael, on the live stream. Doug Atkins is in here. Again, great support of the channel. My main man, Mr. Surfside Dan, is in here with us. And Surfside, awesome guy to have on this show. Mr. Joel's in here with us. And don't forget, Joel is one of the main sponsors of our channel. If you've got any metal detecting needs, accessories, whatever you need, Joel can get you hooked up. We'll run his information across the bottom so you can get hooked up with Joel. If you're looking for any of these things that we talk about tonight, and Joel can get you rocking and rolling for sure. Mr. Rito Marcello. Rito's always in here, Michael. Super excited to have him. DCM Detects, former also a South Carolinian in here with us. Love having DCM in here. Mr. Ricky Bennett's with us tonight. Appreciate Ricky being in here with us. Let's see, who else? Michael. Mr. Sniff It Out's in here with us. Detect Dig Smile is in here with us. Riddles Relics is in here. Good evening, Riddles Relics. Glad to have you in here tonight. First time we've seen you, but we appreciate you being here. Let's see, Michael. I'm trying not to miss anybody. Heavy Metal Detectors, Kentucky. Glad to have him in here. He's joined in a few times before. Mr. Corey Pope is in here with us, or Kerry Pope, excuse me. Tex is in here with us tonight. Michael, how's it hanging? Glad to have you here with us, Tex. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Doug, for the super chat. on a Friday night. We appreciate him. We'll throw that up in a second. Mr. Digging Dude's in here. Let's see, Michael, try not to miss anybody. I think I said Ricky. Didn't I say Ricky, Michael?
I think you did.
Yeah, I think I got Ricky, but we'll put him back up there again because he's always here with us. Appreciate you being here tonight, Ricky. Digging Dude's in here with us. Let's see here. Golden Dredger's in here with us tonight. Appreciate him being in the house with us. Mr. James Bazell, always a great supporter of the channel. Appreciate James being here. Michael, look who's back, Mr. Wisco Detect. Glad to have Wisco. Glad to have Wisco with us as well. The Tech Dig Smile says he just used my beach program. 10 rings, Michael. It did real good. Did some slight adjustments, but it was spot on. Well, that is really great to hear. And that's why I do what I do, to try to help everyone. And that makes me feel really good when I see you guys putting this stuff into use. Richard Smart is in the house. Glad to have Richard. Don't Tread on Me, always a great supporter of the channel. Mr. Patrick Parker is in here. Appreciate Patrick. Ohio Fred in here. Glad to have Ohio Fred. Doug Atkins, again, thank you so much. All those donations go straight back into the channel for cameras and all the other things that we do. And we've got a few cameras, guys. I got drones. I've got the new Insta360 X4 to sort of show my hunts. The camera that you're looking on was purchased through the money that you guys have given for the channel. And then of course, the other thing is it does cost to do this live stream. So, and it costs $50 a month, Michael, to do this live stream, believe it or not. So yes, I appreciate you guys so much with those donations. Try not to miss. I don't think I've missed anybody. Lance is in here. Glad to have you, Lance. But I appreciate you, Lance, so much for being here tonight. So I know a lot of you have been over probably watching Calabash's video. I watched a little bit of it because I was trying to get ready for this show as well, and to bring some information to you. And you know, but I did see a lot of it, and I'm just going to say Calabash has some great points, and I think Michael would agree with me too, that those are all great points. If you guys are just flipping over from that, we do realize there are some features that are lacking in that machine. But we're going to talk a little bit about the Vortex in just a few minutes. But again, we appreciate you guys being in here with us tonight. Corey Kunkel says too harsh. So, and you know, I get it 100%. Tex Kinsey says, nice job with the score videos. Thank you. And I've got more score videos coming. Michael knows I've been working on some of those triple score videos for those people that are buying the score and the triple score. These videos will help you to get familiar with the features, the settings, what some of the main features are. And that's what I've sort of started off with on those triple score videos, was to sort of show what some of those main things are that you guys, if you picked up the triple score, here's some things on this machine that you might not see on some other machines, Michael. So, and let me tell you, I really like the Nokta triple score. And
it's a great machine. It really is.
Right.
For the money, the features, it's a great machine.
Yes. Jack Felmy says he's going to get the triple score. Jack, I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. I really don't believe that at all. I mean, I think it's a solid machine, and I'm going to show it in just a few minutes. We're going to talk a little bit about the triple score. We're going to talk about the Minelab machine too. You know, don't forget about the Xterra Elite. I think that machine's going to be an awesome machine as well. So there's a lot of great choices in metal detectors right now. And that's just an amazing thing. But we're going to lead off our show with what we always try to lead off with, and that's going to be our finds of the week. So I had a few finds that were submitted to me. Thank you, Jack. I really appreciate it. I try to do my best. I try to bring you things that you guys can take out into the field and start using it, whatever metal detector you're using, whether it be a Nokta machine, whether it be a Deus 2, whether it be a Minelab machine. And whether it's going to be a Garrett Vortex, I'm going to try to bring you that content. And just if you own one of those machines, I'm just trying to be here to help. And Michael knows a lot about me, but one of the things that I love about metal detecting and what got me into metal detecting is the history. Of course, I am a history teacher. So when you see people call me teacher, I am a real genuine history teacher. In fact, I'm going to be teaching a college course this semester on European history. And so I'm looking forward to that. And I love history. So metal detecting to me is about the history. And then I love machines. I love being able to figure out those machines, what those machines do, how they perform, what are some of the good things about those machines that can help me out in the field. And that's what my channel is basically all about. That's what Michael is about too. We both appreciate all of those things. And then, of course, I love creating videos too. So between all three of those things, I'm a tech nerd as well. So I like those types of things. And that's what got me into metal detecting.
Well, most people in this hobby here, love history to some degree, or they wouldn't be doing this because, metal detecting, that's what it's about, finding history. If you're not finding history, you're finding, gold on the beach or jewelry, but it's, like I said, most people like history to some degree,
Right. And every single one of us are into this hobby for a reason. But
Right.
my first priority is the history. And when I save a piece of history and I can give it back to the landowner or I can see it displayed in a museum, those are the types of things that get me fired up. And I love that part of what I do. And then coming on here with you guys and just hanging out and talking about metal detectors, talking about the finds, talking about history, talking about settings and those types of things. That's all fun to me. And that's why I do what I do. And Michael is the same way. He and I sort of see really, really eye to eye on all of this is the history, the metal detectors, just checking the settings, giving you guys maybe information, whatever machine it is that you use, and taking that machine out into the field and using it the best you could possibly use it to help you find some amazing things too, and maybe save some more history. So that's what this channel is about. And that's why I love what I do. And I love being here on Friday nights with each and every one of you. You guys are awesome and amazing. And that's why I do what I do. And that's why Michael does what he does. And we have a fun time doing it, don't we, buddy?
Oh yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's what we love to do.
Right. And Detective Smile says it's amazing to find historical things. Edward G says absolutely love researching the history. Right. That's part of it, going out and finding spots and researching and then finding something that you didn't know what it was. And then you researched it and all of a sudden it opens your eyes to it. I mean, that's what this hobby should be about. And that's what I love. That's what Michael loves. And we have a fun time doing it, don't we, buddy?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Digging Deus says it's about uncovering lost historical items that would have been lost forever if we didn't find it. Right. And we share
Right.
those finds with people that they would have never seen. So when people watch a video or we share a picture, some of that stuff is stuff that nobody's ever seen, not even in museums in some cases. And that's really cool. We're all curators of history. And when
Right.
we go out and we find a spot and we dig up an old artifact or relic and we share that with someone or share a picture of it, they learn something from it. It tells a story. And that's what to me is the most important thing that we do in our hobby is that stuff. And that's what I'm about. That's what Michael's about. And we love doing what we're doing for sure. Doug Atkins says he's learned more history metal detecting than he ever did in school. That's right, because
Yeah.
it's what we call tactile learning, holding it in your hands. When you hold
Right.
an artifact or a relic from long ago and you're holding it in your hand, it's telling you something about that period of history that maybe you didn't know before until you actually did that. And that's what makes this so special. And again, I focus on the history. I focus on the machines and what the machines can do, what they can't do, so on. But it's mainly about what I can do with those machines on those sites. And that's what we're trying to display. I think of it as an adult Easter egg hunt. That's exactly right. It is an adult Easter egg hunt for sure. Exactly. Riddle's Relic says we found an 1863 slave tag last year, and we donated it to the Charleston Museum. That is a very nice thing. So Michael knows this too about me. Is one of the things I've done, and Dan's on here too. Dan and I have actually helped with a museum in this local area, and actually have gave the artifacts that we found to that museum. I'm in the process right now of recovering artifacts for a landowner that's going to be displayed for anybody that comes to this house, which is really, really, really nice. And I love doing that because I know that the history is staying right there where I found it, which makes it really cool. And I love doing that. I love saving history. So again, that's what I'm about, and that's what we love. So we appreciate it. Iffy's on here tonight, and we appreciate Iffy being in here. Appreciate that, Iffy. Glad you're here with us tonight. Corey Kunkel said 9 months ago, I didn't know what a seedy quarter was. There you go. And it's last week I purchased my dream coin, a 1787 Fugio, 100% due to metal detecting. There you go. That's what it's cool. About. Yeah, definitely. I find a lot of stuff I don't know about. That's it. I'm with you. And believe it or not, even though I'm a history teacher, there are still things that I find, and Michael knows this too. We found something not too long ago that we had to research like the devil to try to figure out what it was. And then when we found out what it was just amazing. And so there's just so much you can learn from doing this.
Well, that reminds me, guys, if you dig up something and you don't know what it is, don't be so quick to throw that out, because you may later on down the road realize what it is, and you're like, wow, that's an awesome find. You didn't realize what you had. I mean, We've done it before several times,
Yes. I like John Arlette. He says, is there a pull tab museum? He said he's got a bunch to donate. For sure. So, Michael, let's get to our finds of the week. These finds are all sponsored by Joel. Joel's information is scrolling across the bottom, and you guys can. Let me get to our first slide. Anyway, there we go. All right. So, you guys, if you're looking for a metal detector, you're looking for any accessory, anything that you need, please hit Joel up. Joel is awesome. He's super, super fast shipping. You can get those things right away quickly. Joel does an excellent job, and Joel is the main sponsors of our finds of the week from our subscribers, and we appreciate Joel so, so much and everything that he does for us. So again, these are our finds of the week that were submitted by some of our subscribers. So let's check out the first find. The first find is from Edward Golden. And this was Edward G. And Edward G is on here right now, so he might be able to tell us a little more. I know that he's found these two amazing buttons. War of 1812 button, I believe, down at the bottom. And then we've also got an infantry eagle button. Now that eagle button doesn't look like a Civil War button. It looks
right. It looks older. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks a little bit older than a Civil War General Service infantry button, but wow, that is simply amazing. I love the War of 1812 buttons.
I do too.
Yeah. So, I mean, these two stood out to me right off the bat. When he sent these to me, I was going like, man, that is super, super nice. So Edward G, if you want to pop on here and share a little bit of information about where you found these buttons, what machine you were using, then I know everyone would appreciate that. But again, two beautiful buttons. I love digging buttons. Michael does too. I do not have that button down underneath. The infantry button would have come from the 6th Corps, 3rd Brigade, 2nd Division, Colonel Thomas W. Hyde's brigade. He said he found them 20 feet apart.
Wow.
Wow. That's some nice finds right there. Good job, buddy. I really
Yeah,
love those buttons for sure. Uh,
beautiful buttons. Yeah,
okay, so Edward G, look at there, Michael. He was using the Legend with the LG 24 coil.
yeah. That's a good call for that machine. You know, we've ran
That
it.
coil rocks to me, Michael. I've used it a
Yeah,
few times. I've used it on the double score. I'm getting ready to try to use it on the triple score. So I can't wait to run that smaller size coil, that 5x9 coil. But yeah, those are super fines. He said he was running 40 kilohertz when he found those. And one thing that maybe some of you know, maybe some of you don't know, 40 kilohertz really works well for relic hunting because it can really help in separation. Even though he wasn't running multi-frequency, that single frequency at 40 kilohertz can really work really well.
yeah. Handles the iron really well. Those higher
Right.
frequencies. Yeah.
Heavy Metal Detectors Kentucky says, Edward, are there any certain legend setups that you prefer? And I'll be interested to see what he says on that one too, Michael. So that's a great question.
Yeah.
Heavy Metal Detectors Kentucky. He says he uses different setups on his Legend. Thank you, Riddles Relics. We appreciate you joining in. Thank you so much. And thanks for being a member. We appreciate all members. And we do have a membership for you guys that don't know. We do a monthly live stream just for those members. We do some special giveaways, badges, all kinds of extra perks and things that you get when you sign up for a membership. You have two levels you can pick from, $4.99, $9.99. It's just all about support, how much you want to support the channel and so on. But we really appreciate those people signing up for memberships. And again, yes, thank you so much. We appreciate you as well. All right, Michael, let's look at the next slide. So the next slide is more finds by Edward G. And he found a few coins. I couldn't tell what some of these were because I couldn't zoom in really tight. He might be able to show them or tell them. Of course, we see a couple of harmonica reeds. Looks like a garter pin there and a few other things there. So I couldn't tell what the coins were. So maybe he can tell me what those coins were in that picture. But again, Edward G was rocking it with his Legend and the LG 24. Chris says, "Wow, Edward, yeah, he had a great week finding those finds." So we appreciate Edward submitting those. And by the way, any of you that would like for me to share your finds, you can always share your finds with us at sransc@gmail.com. And we will get your finds up on our live streams on Friday nights and share those amazing pieces of history and things that you guys find with everyone on the live stream. So we appreciate that. He said, "Wow, Edward." Hi, Fred says, "Nice find." Corey Kunkel says, "Why do we find?" Because most of these, remember now, during these periods, there was no television, radio, whatever. So they sat around on the porch and they played the harmonica, sat by the fire outside at night, playing the harmonica. So that was a main thing. That was their main form of entertainment in a lot of cases. DCM wants to know, is that a pocket watch, Edward? And yeah, Riddles and Relics says, I like finding harmonica reeds too as well. Edward G says it's an Indian head pennies, buffalo nickels, and an 1897 Barber dime. Thank you, Edward G, for sharing that. Yes, they replaced them a lot. They sure did. They did replace them quite a bit because they played it all the time. And so, yeah, more nice finds. Yeah, definitely. Always glad to have you here, Digging Daryl. So better late than never, and we appreciate you being here as well. Edward G says, I had one night to search under the floorboards of the house of an 1800s house. The owners put new floor down. Yes, it is a pocket watch. Very good. And hey, DCM recognized that thing right off the bat.
Yeah, he did.
He did. He spotted it for sure. Matthew McCann's in here with us tonight. Bobby Short's in here with us tonight. We got a big crowd. Thank you guys for joining with us and being a part of the show. Lance says he's found so many harmonica. I have too, Lance. I've dug a bunch of them. And
well, it's kind of strange, I went on streaks and find them left and right, and then I'll go for a while, and you won't find any. You know,
Mm,
it's just strange the way it works like that.
it is strange. I mean, I'm like you, Michael. I'll dig a whole bunch of them at one time, and then I'll go a while without digging any at all. Glad to have you in here, Trevor Van Horn. Glad to have you. Gene Gilstrap, glad to have you in here tonight. Appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you guys for joining in with us. Let's keep moving along, Michael. Another find by Edward G. Look at this nice little pendant, and it looks like, is that a buckle piece? I can't tell what. Oh, no, I see what it is. It
It's
looks
like a
like,
horse rider.
yeah, it is a horse
Yeah,
rider. Exactly.
yeah,
Wow. That is so sweet.
it
So
is.
I'm wondering what that dates to. That looks like late 1800s, but I could be wrong. So maybe he can tell me a little bit of information about that one as well. So Richard Smart says Beeper Brian is here listening too. Yeah, Edward has been killing it. He did. He had a great week for sure. We got some
Yeah.
more though from some of our other viewers as well. So LC Hunt says, Edward, you're making me jealous for sure. Those were also found under the floorboards. Yeah, sweet cameo. That's exactly what it is. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it
Beautiful.
is.
I love that design of those things like that just really stand out. So beautiful, beautiful finds, Edward. We appreciate you sharing those finds with us. Let's go to our next one. So the next one, Michael, is from, look who it's from, Mr.
Dirt Devil.
Dirt Devil Detecting himself. So he's got a few things. Is that a brooch or a pendant? It looks like up at the top.
Yeah,
Nice,
maybe a
nice
pendant.
little
Yeah.
ring. Look at the ornate design of that spoon handle. That is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And Dirt Devil Detecting definitely was knocking fire out there digging these things. And just some really, really cool finds for sure. And again, Dirt Devil Detecting is one of our main supporters of our channel too, and his RC remote holder. And you know, he's knocking fire. And I will say this, Michael. He told me he was using. Guess what program he was using, guys?
Sweeper.
The Sweeper program. So Dirt Devil Detecting was locked and loaded using the Sweeper program, and he came away with a nice day with these magnificent finds. And congratulations to him. That is beautiful, beautiful stuff. LC
Yeah,
Hunt says he believes that is a cloak clasp up at the top, which that's what it looks like too to me. Heavy Metal Detectors Kentucky says it looks like a tea bag holder.
could be. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've saw those before. So yeah,
Yeah, that's just really cool. I mean, whatever it is, it's still nice and ornate. And the ring is really cool too, Michael. I still got a little jewel in it. I love finding stuff like that. So, yes, amazing finds. I agree, Rito. Amazing finds. Well done as well. So, yeah, those are some super, super finds. Edward G says he's sharing his settings. He says settings he has run recently are part, multi 1, 2, and 3, deep target setting at 2, 3, his iron, his iron ferrous. Let me go back. We're gonna get to that in a minute. His iron ferrous is at 3, 4. His stability is at 1, 2. Ground stabilizer 0, 1. Audio gain at 1 to 2. So there's some settings from Mr. Edward G. You just saw some of his finds and what he was using on his Legend with the LG 24 coil. So nice going, guys. Dirt Devil Detecting and Edward G, thank you guys for sharing your finds with us, and we appreciate you so much. Lance says, how far behind the Legend is the triple score? I have a double score in the Legend, and the Legend is still a good leap ahead of the double score in separation and unmasking. We're going to talk a little bit about that, Lance, because I'm getting ready to take out the triple score on a relic hunt, and I'm gonna try to compare it and see what it does. But we'll talk about that in just a second. But thank you, Lance, for sharing that. I appreciate it. Patty Dish Runes in here. She says, I enjoy all your videos. haven't been here before, but this hobby is amazing. Thank you, Patty, for being in here, and thank you for your kind words. We really appreciate that as well. Dirt Devil Detecting says, thanks, everyone. Yes, super, super great finds by Dirt Devil Detecting and Edward G. And thank you guys for sharing those finds. So, Michael, let's get into a little bit about what we're going to look at as well. Edward G says that he was also using version 1.15 with the deep target ID as well. So, again, he's updated to the latest version of the software for the Legend, and that is version 1.15. So, Michael, let's look at this next slide, because a lot of you are coming over from Calabash's video, and he was, of course, talking about the Vortex. Um, you know, these are the comparison charts, just basically saying what this machine has. Um, I'm not going to bore you with going through every single thing on here. There's a lot to digest, but we know this machine's coming. Um, I really, at this point, guys, it's hard for me to say what this machine's going to do. I mean, until I hold this thing in my hand and I run it through its paces, am I going to get a good idea? But there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to buy this machine, aren't they, Michael?
Yeah, and I mean, there's not a lot of videos. I've looked online on YouTube, and there's not a lot of videos of people using this machine. I guess just right now, it's just the testers, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll see some, hit the public, and we'll get some feedback on that. And it's going to be one of those things where we're just going to have to wait and see, see how it performs, and what kind of luck people are having with it.
Right. And, and I get it. I get what Calabash is saying for sure, that, there are a lot of missing features that maybe people wanted, but there are a lot of loyal Garrett users that this machine is exactly what they wanted. And there are going to be a lot of people that are going to buy this machine, and it's going to be a good machine for them. It's just hard to say what it's going to do performance wise until we get the machine in our hands. And that's all I can say really about it at this point. I mean, all of you can go and read the specs for these machines. I've heard a lot of people complaining about the updatable thing, and I get that too. I just, it's coming, and people are going to buy these machines. They're going to take them out. They're going to use them, and they're going to come to their own opinions about whether it's the machine for them or not. And I'm trying to get one of these machines to show to you guys. I'm going to try to run it and detect with it, use it on a relic site, take it out on the beach, and basically try to show what I can show. This machine doing, and that's all I can do. That's just the way I look at it. And
Right.
I think for Garrett, it is an improvement on what they've had before.
Right. I think it's a big improvement.
Exactly. So how much of an improvement it is, I just don't know. And
Right.
Michael would say the same thing. Until you actually hold the machine in your hand, it's just hard to say what it's going to do and how it's going to perform, and which one's going to be the best. Is it going to be the VX5, the VX7, the VX9? The VX9, of course, is the super loaded package. It's missing some features. That's pretty obvious. But what's going to happen with it? And I know that Calabash talked about updatable software, and that how some things can't be changed, and hardware and that kind of stuff. But I'm just going to say this: how do we know what kind of hardware they have in this machine? And I don't think any of us know that. I come from a software background. I worked for a software distributor before I became a school teacher. And one of the things that I do know is that software can be adapted and changed. And we've seen that multiple times, right? We've
Right.
seen it with the Deus 2. We've seen it with the Legend. We've seen it with the Manicore. They've added things and took things away and changed things. Now, the one thing that I'm really unsure about, and Calabash brought this out too, was the tones. Can you change the tones? I don't know, guys. Again, I'm not the designer of this machine, so I don't know what the hardware is like on the inside of this machine. And I don't think the only people that know are the engineers who designed it. How much can be added to it? I don't know. I really don't know. But all we can do is just wait until we start seeing some of these machines out in the wild. Maybe I get my hands on one. I can take it and show it, and we can get the rundown on those machines. What do you think, Michael? Give me your thoughts on this.
Well, you know, the Deus too, as far as tones, we know that they went from uh, square to high square. Now I guess that's probably just changing your pitch tone on that setup of tones there, but it can be altered and changed. You know, the tone some. Now I don't know if they can completely change those to a different, but as far as settings, yeah, we've seen it in the past. The Legend, you know, they've added settings, they've improved the machine. It's just we know it can be done. You know, it's just
Right.
we don't know how far they can go with it as
Yeah,
far as
well, we
changing
don't
it.
know, and
Right.
that's my whole thing at this point. I am going to say this because I actually talked to Garrett a couple of days ago, and they said they were still fine tuning this machine. Now, whether that means they're going to change a whole bunch of stuff, I don't know. I mean, but I just until I hold one in my hands, it's just hard for me to say yay, this machine's going to do this and this machine's going to do that. I just don't know, and I'm, Garrett, if you're a Garrett user or you've been a loyal Garrett customer for a long time, this might be the perfect machine for you. I mean, it might be the machine that you've been waiting on. And, you know, this might work great for you. I just don't know. I mean, they do have different price ranges. I do know that there are other machines that are out there, and we're getting ready to talk about a few that have more features than these machines.
Right. Well, you know, Garrett, they've been pretty new to the updatable metal detector world, and you know, I think maybe uh, the only where the Apex was that you could update it, but I think maybe that was right the first one, and this is maybe their second one, but they haven't really been in as far as the updating machines, so it's probably a learning curve for them as well.
Right. And Don't Tread on Me says the platform is obviously limited. He said, I agree with Calabash, total letdown. And it just depends on how you look at it. You know, I think
Right.
that has a lot to do with it too. If you were expecting a Manicore Challenger or a Deus 2 Challenger, then yeah, you're probably let down. If you were expecting we just said there's some mid-price range machines that have more features, then yeah, you're probably let down at this point just looking at the specs, but we still don't know how the machine's going to perform until it's actually out there in the wild and people start using it. And then we'll really have a good feel for it. There are a lot of Garrett testers that are Garrett users and testers that really like the machine, but yeah, again, they're going to say that. So it's sort of hard to say. It really is, right, Michael?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, we'll just have to see how it goes in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, you know, maybe in a couple of weeks we'll see these machines hit the public, and
Right.
hopefully you can get one and kind of run it through the paces and
Well,
hunt with it.
and I'm hoping to. And I'm going to look at this machine objectively, and I'm going to take it out and run it through its paces, run it through the test. And hey, if it doesn't pass those tests, then I'll know, and you guys are going to know too, because you're probably not going to see it that much on my channel if it doesn't do the things that I think it should be able to do. And that's just the way it is. But right now it's just really hard to say what they're capable of doing with this machine, software wise, hardware wise. I don't know what's in it, so it's just really hard to say where they're going to go with this machine. It does have iron volume, it does have iron audio, it does have multi-dimensional, multi-frequency. The multi-frequency, Of course, that multi-frequency is limited, going up to 25 kilohertz, which all the other machines that we've got in our arsenals right now are up to 40. So, you know, there are some things that are lacking in some areas, but you know, I'm assuming that Garrett tested these machines against other machines. And the other thing is that Garrett does have other income flow. That metal detectors aren't their main thing because they have military contracts and they also make metal detectors for like businesses and things for like the federal government where you have to pass through those metal detectors. And that's a whole nother business for them. So they have revenue coming in. It's not just the Garrett pinpointer in a lot of cases too. So, you know, they've got bucks. So I just don't know, Michael. I mean, I'd really like to say, you know, this is what I know about it, but I don't know anything about it at this point. That's just the way
Right,
it
yeah.
is.
Not many people do at this point, you know, just
Right.
from what we've seen, so on the videos.
Yes. So Lance says, according to Knott, the changing tones is in the hardware, not the software. And it may be that, you know, but we do know that the Deus 2 changed the tones a little bit, didn't they, Michael?
Yeah, they went from square and they added the high square, which I mean, you know, that is changing the tones to some degree now. I mean, and of course we didn't change any hardware there, but it's, you know, I guess it's all in, you know, how they had this machine developed and they know the limitations of it, the engineers, and you know, we just have to see.
Right. And you guys know a lot of these machines, when they're first released, they're going to be a lot different in a year or 6 months or whatever it may be, because they're going to find out, hey, I need to do this, I need to do that. All of that's going to change as time goes on. We saw it with the Manicore, we saw it with the Legend, we saw it
Mhm.
with a few other machines, and it could change. How much it changed, I don't really know, and I'm not even going to speculate on how much it could change. But again, there's a lot of things that are still out there that's just really unknown at this point in my eyes. And I believe that, you know, right now we know what the specs are. We can look at this sheet that I've got displayed on the screen, and we can look at that sheet and we can see where there are deficiencies in this machine. But does that mean that this machine can't change in some way, some form, some fashion? I just don't know. I really don't. And I'm not going to speculate one way or the other. And Garrett, I'm sure, has got a lot of smarter people than me and you and anybody else is out there that is probably working on some of those things right now as we speak. Yeah, that's just where I'm at. Wisco to Tech says, from what I've heard on YouTube videos, the tones seem the same as my. Yeah, it does have those bell tones. And that was one of the things that I think a lot of people were thinking about. Would be nice if someone could take the best features of all machines and build one. Michael, have you heard that before?
Yeah, we talked about that today, as a matter of
That's
fact.
exactly right. No. I think we should beat up the Vortex too much without testing it first. You know, I'm not that guy. I mean, I'm just not. I'm not going to beat it up until I see it, hold it, run it, test it, run it out in the field. It's just right now, it's just sheer speculation. There are features that are missing on this machine. There's no doubt about it. Calabash pointed all those things out, and he did a great job of pointing all those things out. But until those machines are in people's hands and people are using them, you know, it's just sort of hard to say. We don't know what the hardware is like on the inside of these machines. We don't know what the software's, how much that software can be changed, how much it can be manipulated. We just don't know those things. And I'm just, I'm just going to leave. I'm gonna go away with this with an open mind, and hopefully I'll have one and we'll run it through its paces for sure. Um, and again, Reels Relic says, I did not like the Apex, but everyone has their own experience and feelings. True. That is so true. And I've said that quite a few times. Gary N says, that's what I'm disappointed in is the tones. And I was hoping for a different set of tones. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was hoping for a different set of tones. Michael and I even said that before the live stream started. I said, oh, I hope they don't do the bell tones. But they did the bell tones. And I mean, so it's there. Could I get used to it? Yes, I could. Because I hunted with an AT Pro for a little while, and I've hunted with an Ace. I think I've had an Ace 250 at one point. So I can get used to it. Now, how well it does in separation and all these other things, you know, I just don't know, guys. I really don't. I really don't at this point. So yeah, but it performs. So what? Yeah. We haven't got into it if the battery is replaceable. It's a good question. Good question. And again, guys, there are a lot of things that you know, I'd love to try one, but not likely to buy one, right? And I think a lot of us would do that. Right. I'd love to just use one. And I've talked to Garrett a few times. Super nice company to deal with. Their marketing team is just, I think, superb. I think these guys did a great job of marketing this machine. Now it's going to be up to the product to carry it. And again, will it succeed? Will it not? I mean, I don't know. I really don't. Matthew McCann says Denton, Texas. Glad to have you in here. Patty Deshroom says Mesquite, Texas. The elevated nail test tells a lot in my eyes, and Michael will agree with you. When we run that elevated nail test, it really tells us a lot about what that machine's capable of. And those Nokta machines, I can tell you, do very well on that elevated nail test. And Michael's seen me show that over and over and over again. The Expedius 2 does very well. The Equinox, the Manicore, all of them do very well on that elevated nail test. Trevor says, I had high hopes for the Vortex. Watch Calabash, and I think I'll save money. Xterra Elite sounds like a better deal. Multi-IQ as well as more tones. Right. And there's going to be, again, guys, this machine might not be for everyone on here. It may not be a machine that even rivals the triple score. It may not be a machine that rivals the Xterra Elite. But until we know what Garrett is really capable of with this machine, it's just really hard to say. It really is. Right. And if you say no tone options, currently a call was made to Garrett yesterday. No iron bias either. They said it's locked. And if he's, you know, if he's called him and talked to him, but he's saying that maybe it can't be updated with the iron bias setting. I'm assuming if it's locked. But you know, I don't know. I just don't know. And we don't know how it's going to perform. We really don't. Greeny Meanie says, the problem those show Garrett had at the AT Pro made them a good flow of cash. They're probably going to only offer lower line machines. And they may be, Greeny Meanie. You may be exactly right. And I predicted this. Michael knows this, and anybody that's watched my channel knows this. I said that this machine was going to be a mid-tier to lower end machine. And that's pretty much what we got at $599. And what's the bottom one? VX5 is what, Michael? $429?
$429 or $449.
Yeah, it was in that range. So, you know, and Joel's on here too, so Joel might be able to give us the price. But, you know, I predicted that that's what it was going to be, and that was going to be the market that they were going to try to get into, even though that's a very competitive market. I think with the economy and the way things are right now, I'm pretty sure that's why they settled in on the price range. You know, it probably would have been suicide for them to go and release an upper tier machine to compete with a Manicore or a Deus 2, especially if it was lacking in some ways. And then they got all this money tied up in these machines. So I think this was the route that they chose. And that's just my own personal opinion. I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I think happened in this case. John Arlett says their promos promised a new technology, and it's just a reworking of the same things other companies have already out with more techno babble to make it seem new. And John, that could be it. You know, I just don't know how it's going to perform until I hold one in my hands. And Michael and I have learned over and over and over again, you know, we can watch all the YouTube videos in the world of other metal detectors. but until you actually hold one in your hand and you swing it and know how it works and understand its insides, you understand how it performs and so on. It's just really hard to say what that machine is capable of, right, Michael?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's sometimes it does worse than you think it does. Sometimes it does better. It's
Right.
just like you said, you got to run it through, hunt with it, run it through some tests, and see how it does.
Right. And Lance says, other than not being rechargeable, the Garrett carrier is still kind of pinpointers in my is still kind of the pinpointers in my opinion and experience. Right. The Garrett carrot's been a great pinpointer. So Digging Dude says Ify signals of tones locked. And Ify just said yes, they're locked. So we'll see. And then Ify says, even if it performs the same as better as new machines, it has no options that are important to most experienced users. So currently anyway. Right. And Ify, I get that. But again, what you and I and Michael, we're using upper tier machines. There may be people that those things aren't that important to them, or they're loyal Garrett users, and that this might be the perfect machine for them. I just don't know. And we'll see. Their sales will indicate whether this machine's going to be a success or failure. What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Some people, what we look at or the money we'll spend on a machine. Some people would never spend that much on a metal detector, and
Right.
they want to stay in that mid-range price range. And I mean, if they're used to a Garrett machine, that may be the way they want to go.
Right. And Don't Tread on Me brings up a good point too. Hey, I believe it's all about the software platform. Does it allow for change or does it not? That's where Deus 2 actually rules. And XP is probably the leader in all of this, being able to change things, do things, and so on. And I don't know that this machine's not capable of doing that. I don't know that it has the hardware to do that. We saw that, in a couple of different machines. The Legend, the Manicore, they changed some things in it, with those updates. And we got totally different machines. The Legend that was introduced is not the same Legend that we have now by any stretch.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's by any stretch of the imagination. It's totally different, and it's got a lot more features. But when that machine was released, did we think that that machine was going to be the machine that was going to be able to be updated to that point? None of us knew at that point.
It
And
took
so,
several updates, and that now that machine's a top performer amongst all the machines, but it
right,
took, like I said, it took several updates. It took time to work that machine out and get it to the point that it is. And I mean, that may be what happens here too.
right.
I don't know.
And Greeny Meanie says the screen it isn't even that good quality. Again, until I see that screen in person, it's just me just looking at pictures and looking at words right now. That's all I can. Right. And Don't Tread on Me says XP did. They did. They're totally updating their machine. LC Hunt says, I want a multi-reactivity machine. Right. And of course, a lot of you that are familiar with the Manicore, the Deus 2, the Legend, the Triple Score, all of those machines have frequency differences in those programs. And I know, and Calabash did a great job of explaining this. Having those different frequencies running at the same time when you've got them sort of spread out over a certain range really helps in our metal detecting. And this one only has one multi, and it only goes up to 25. And we don't know. And Calabash was sort of saying, look, this might be they're only changing the notch features and that sort of thing that's going on within the programs like the Apex. And I get that. But could that be changed? I just don't know. And that's why it's just sort of hard to really talk about at this point. I was expecting what you just said, a high-end USA machine. This has less features than a mid-level machine. Triple Score and Elite are less Again, I agree with you 100%, Iffy. You're exactly right. I mean, we know that this machine is lacking in features, but you know, there's going to be some people out there that gravitate to this machine, and if they can do some updates to it to improve it, we just don't know what the hardware is like in these machines. How much updatable capability does the Vortex have? I mean, if they can go from, 3 different levels, could they not go up another level and add something else? You know, did they have the foresight? And I think Calabash even talked about that. Did this company have the foresight to move forward and move upward in what they're going to do? And that's what we just don't know. I mean, that's
Well,
the big question.
well, if you're going to offer an updatable machine, I think you have to kind of look towards the future and say, well, what can we improve on this machine and leave room to improve? I hope they wouldn't, like we said, lock it down where they couldn't do that, but I don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Oh yeah, of course. And like I said, nobody really knows. I mean, I'd like to say that they know, but nobody really knows. And I just until I hold that thing in my hand, that's when I'll make a determination. Is this a machine that I feel like I could take out and hunt? Or is this a machine that my viewers will be able to take out and be successful with? That's again, I just told y'all, my main thing is the history, the machines, the settings, and making those machines perform the way that you want them to perform out in the field. And that's what I try to do. And that's pretty much my motto or my logic going forward for sure. Thank you, Patty. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, Stink Ass Cat. I appreciate you, buddy. Always a wonderful supporter of the channel, and we appreciate you so much. Lance says they claim it will compete with I heard that. So what does that mean? Again, I don't know. I'd love to say I knew, but I don't know. VX9 is $599, right? So it's in that mid price range. And again, we're not going to keep going because I know you guys you probably got Vortex fatigue at this point. But these are the specs for the different series. If you want to look at them, I'm sure a lot of you are looking at them while this video is going on. You can see where there are some deficiencies and how they improve some of those deficiencies. That is the main question. Can they improve some of those deficiencies? Will they improve in some other areas? I really don't know. I think they're hearing you loud and clear, though, with some of the comments and some of the things that are being said. How much they do about it, I just don't know. And Riddles and Relics says, yes, hands-on beats someone else's opinion. Right. And again, I know a lot of you rely on YouTubers and like myself or Calabash or Iffy or Mental Metal or any of these guys to sort of get an idea. And, I just try to do the best. I take it out, show it, hunt with it. And then you make your own determination whether you think it's a machine for you or not. That's it. Multi-dimension technology, alien reverse engineering. Laugh out loud. Oh, no. I can't wait to see what you guys think. I'm looking forward to it. Trevor says maybe it's just a stunt and they will release an update and blow off. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, Trevor? I just don't know. Garrett, going out with software upgrade machine increases the profit margins of the whole product with share production and high profits on software upgrades. Right. Well, again, guys, we all know this. These companies are in this thing to make money. I mean, it doesn't matter which company you're with or which machine you use. Those companies are trying to make money off of you regardless. And then you got to decide, hey, do I really want to go with that company and use that machine? Is it worth my money? And you've got to ultimately, you have to make that decision, not anybody else. Not me, not Calabash, not Iffy, not Mental Metal, not anybody out there in YouTube land. You're the ones who have to ultimately make that decision. We can't make those decisions for you. we can tell you what we see out of these machines, and we go from there. That's all we can do. Ricky Bennett says, I was expecting a grand slam from a U.S. company. I think a lot of people were. I didn't really have my expectations that high, so maybe I'm in the minority. I just thought that it would come in right at the range that it came in. Now, am I disappointed that they didn't have more features on it? Yes, I'm very disappointed. But can it be improved? I don't know. That's the question. Definitely reminds me of a souped up AT machine. It could freak and have incredible target separate. I know, and that's the other thing. And again, until you hold one of these things in your hand, that's just the whole deal. So I know we got a lot of comments, Michael. I'm so far behind. I'm still open to see what it will do at the least. I'm not likely to get one myself. I have bigger plans for the future of the next detector, and it's not a Vortex. Just curious as to how it performs. Right. And I'm sort of like that too, Edward G. If I get one, I take it out and I test it. I see what it's doing. I mean, I'm trying to figure out the best way to make that machine perform the best for you guys to help make you successful with it, regardless of the features, regardless of its limitations. That's what I'm trying to do. Can I take this machine out right now and run it in a relic field or run it on the beach? Can I do those things with this machine that are going to help people find the things that they want to find? That's all I'm doing, to be honest with you. And if he Signal says, yeah, I agree. Performance is yet to be seen, but less important features, room to grow with your machine, and less multi-spectrum for more dollars. Just fitting my opinion. If you're right, it is what it is. It's out there, and what will Garrett do? I don't know. I just don't know. I would like to think that they're gonna upgrade or do something else to it, and they may. But at this point, I just don't know. If I get one, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna run it, and I'm gonna try to set it up the best I can to try to find some stuff with it. And there's going to be people that are going to buy these machines, but I'm not going to say, hey, don't buy this machine. It's just not going to happen. There's going to be people that will buy this machine, and they may love this machine. It's just like when the Apex was released. There were people that scoffed at it, but there's people that love that Apex. There's people that love the AT Pro still. There's still people that love the AT Max. So, I don't know. I don't know at this point. So, yes. So, all right, Michael, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just a waiting game now. We just have to wait and see how it, what people say about it. If you get one, maybe you can do some tests or some of these other YouTubers and see how it performs. But
Yeah, and we've all got different opinions about these things. We really do. Does that mean we're right? Not necessarily. Some of the times we're all wrong. It's just the way it is. But again, the Vortex is here, guys. Hopefully, we'll start seeing some of the videos and some of the things of this machine. Be patient. If you are thinking about buying a Vortex, see what happens once these machines get out in the field, and then go from there. And then don't worry about it. It is what it is. It's that if they upgrade it, they upgrade. If they don't, they don't. They feel comfortable with what they have, and they're going to keep moving right along with or without us joining in, unfortunately. And we all got opinions about it, but it's just, to me, I'm just like Michael. It's just a wait and see type thing. Right. Lance says it still has cam locks. Relic says, I got to get off here. Thank you for the awesome Friday night. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you. All right, Michael, let's move on. We got to move on to something else. I know that's taken up. So let's talk about the triple score, Michael. So we've talked about the Vortex, but what about the triple score?
Well, guys, I've been to me, that's the best deal going right now as far as that mid-tier machine,
For the money, you're not going to find a much better machine than the Nokta triple score. At $499, you get headphones, You get a 12-inch coil. You get an elliptical coil, small elliptical coil with it. You've got all of these things that I've got listed up here, Michael. You got iron volume control. You got more recovery speed. You got more tone selection than ever. You got relic mode. You got threshold capability. You have bottle cap reject. You got just so many features. Michael, I cannot believe that this machine is only $499.
Right. Yeah, that's a good deal. I mean, $499, 2 coils, wireless headphones. It's a light, well-balanced machine. So, I mean, it's to me, I mean, that's a really good deal.
It is, and of course, DCM is referring. I put up a couple of videos, sort of showing some of the differences in this machine versus some other machines that are out there in its same price category. And I don't think you're going to find, if you look at this list right now that I've got up on the screen, I don't think you're going to find a machine for $499 that has all of these features that I got listed right there, Michael. And I'm telling you, I'm extremely excited about what Nokta is doing with this machine. I think that they are on the right path. I think they are producing a good quality product. You got a carbon graphite shaft with this thing. You get 2 coils. You get wireless headphones for $499 and all these amazing features that we just put up here. And when you look at this, I mean, it's just mind-boggling. And I showed a video. I made a video of iron volume. I made a video showing the relic mode with the iron reject. You're just not going to find those types of features on a machine less than $500. It's just not going to happen. And I believe, and I've told you this 100 times, I believe that Nokta is on the verge of something really, really big coming really, really soon with the way that they're going. Now, how far they can take it, I don't know that, but I just got a feeling, Michael. I really do. And of course, they've talked about their PI machine that's going to be released really, really soon. So that's something too. If you guys are into PI machines, it's going to be interesting to see what Nokta does with a PI machine. And then you think about their double score and regular score machines. They've added deep target ID with their latest update. And that's a big thing because that deep target ID, I think, really enhances those machines. And the triple score already has it on it. And you've got a relic mode that you don't find on the double score or the score. And you don't find it on any other machine. You've got a deep seeking program that you can use on this machine. It's really, I think a lot of people have been saying, it's really the beast mode for this machine from the Legend that's just put onto the triple score. So it's a good one for sure. Agree, Edward. I just did it backwards. Started with a 540, then went to Legend when it came out. Haven't looked back ever since. Very good. Legend's a strong machine, guys. And it's just like Michael and I said, when the Legend first come out, I don't know that I would have gotten the Legend, to be honest with you. But they did so much to it to make it better, and they had it where you could keep updating it, and they turned it into a really good machine. Randall says the Elite Expedition Pack with military discount is similarly priced. Okay, so if we compare the two, though, you don't have as many selections of tones, and you don't have as many selection of recovery speed. You don't have as much sensitivity, and you don't have an iron volume control, and you don't have a relic program versus the Xterra Elite. Just say it, Michael. Those are some pretty killer features that they've stuck on this machine.
Right. It is.
What do you think?
I agree with you, and I mean it has a carbon fiber shaft. It's lightweight. I think it's probably a little bit lighter weight as well. It's just a solid machine for that price, feature wise, and you've run some tests with it. It's a good
Let me tell you, You run this thing in field and you put it on that elevated nail test. Lance keeps referring to that test. This machine passes that elevated nail test. And that's not just one nail, guys. I do 2 colonial nails and I elevate one nail above that target as well as laying one on the same plane. And that's a hard test, even for the upper tier machines as well. And this machine passes that test with flying colors for sure. Lance says the beast mode was a bust in his test garden. Well, I think there's just some misconception about the beast mode, Lance. I'm going to tell you why. That is really designed for just hitting very, very deep, big targets. So I think a lot of people are they're thinking that it's going to have separation and that kind of stuff. The separation is very minimal at best running the beast mode. And but those deep targets, you can hit those deep targets with that thing in beast mode, whether it be a ferrous or non-ferrous target. And you can run that iron reject feature on it that you find, and it works pretty good in that. So just to give you a heads up on that. Most people here are looking for performance. I run CTX, but talk to others at work who just love their $200 detector. Their wife got them, and I'm not going to rain on their parade, right? And that goes back to what we were saying when we were talking about the Vortex. There's going to be some people out there that are going to love that machine at $429 or $449 if they buy that VX5, but they're also going to love the $599. Everybody has different things that they like, and eventually they're the ones who settle in with what they want to be able to find. Right. Lance says the deep. Yeah. And I agree with you, Lance. That deep target ID is perfect. It works really good. Edward G says yes. And guys, if you haven't done the update, if you have a score or double score, you need to do that update because you get deep target ID put in on those machines as well. Matthew McCann says deep target rules. Right. And I think Nokta's on to something. This triple score just blew me away. And I think they're on to something with their with the way that they're constantly changing and innovating. I think they're going to be the next machine, whatever it may be. I think it's going to be something special. I could be wrong, but I just got a feeling. I had a time getting the audio to come in good with my soil. Yeah, red clay, mineralized soil. That's going to be tough, Edward G, regardless, in a lot of different situations. Iggy says most great finds come from getting any coil over something good and not so much the machine these days. Feels like all the top machine. Right. And I've said this, and thank you for bringing that comment to us. I've said this a few times, probably between the top tier machines, the percentages are very, very, very small. Don't you agree, Michael?
I agree with that. Yeah, we've talked about that, and it's smaller than most people think, I'm sure.
Right.
They're all, most of these machines perform really well. So it's just the features and the actual machine. What do you like best in your price range?
Right. And it's just I mean, these machines are so close at this point, Michael, that it's minuscule in some cases. I think, and Calabash said this in his video. I think between the Deus and the Manicore, it's like nothing, dude. And you and I both know that. And probably if you took, and here's the next one we're going to talk about. But if you took the Xterra Elite and ran it with the triple score, how close are they? And I'm going to tell you, they're very close. There's not that much difference in performance wise. Now, I will say this, like what I said earlier, the triple score does have more features and more things that you can play around with, which I think is a bonus for the triple score. So yeah, but this Xterra Elite, I love the color of this machine too, by the way. But this Xterra Elite really does a fantastic job, Michael. I mean, it passes those tests. It's got that -1 iron bias feature that you can lower it down to be able to relic hunt with. So that's a great, to me, that's one of the things that I like about that machine. So the Xterra Elite is definitely, you know, right up there too with the triple score. The only thing the triple score has over it is that it does have some extra features that you don't find on the Xterra Elite. But as far as performance wise, that Xterra Elite is right there with the triple score. So, and again, if you're not familiar with Nokta's deals that they got going on right now, you can check out Joel too for these deals. $279 for a multi-frequency machine, a score, $369 for the double score, $499 for the triple score. Those are just some unbelievable prices for multi-frequency machines, and that's where we're at.
Right, and that $499 is 2 coils and wireless headphones, right?
Yes, $499, 2 coils and wireless headphones. And it's, hey, I'm telling you, it's a good looking machine too. Just really knocks it out of the park. Bobby Short says, I have a lot of machines, but if the house is burning down, I'm grabbing the Deus too. Well, we all love the Deus too. We're going to talk about the Deus too. We're getting there. We're almost done with some of these other machines. All these machines will find the same items in most cases, with a few exceptions. Give your swinger. I agree with you, Edward G. I've always said that. You know, I can take a $200 machine and I can take a $1,600 machine. And again, if I don't swing over it, I'm probably not going to find it. That's just the way it is. We never really know what's in the ground. You know, when we think about it, could those, we don't know. I mean, even if you have both machines out there, still you don't know in some cases. Yes. So definitely. And they said, yeah. Iggy says, yeah, Edward G, I agree. I definitely agree with that. That's true. So anyway, let's get on to the last one, Michael. We've been on here for a little bit, and we are going to do a special giveaway tonight too. So if you're on here and you stuck around the whole time, we are going to have a little giveaway tonight too. So don't leave, because you could miss out. It's not going to be anything major. It's not going to be a metal detector or pinpoint or anything big like that. But we are going to do a little special giveaway. So stick around till the end. We're just about done. And the last thing, of course, is going to be the Deus 2. So there's the Deus 2 right there, Michael. Mm-hmm. And you can see there is Dirt Devil Detecting's remote control lock right there in the picture. And that works really well. You don't have to worry about your remote getting knocked off or flipping off or anything like that. And you guys know I love the Deus 2. Deus 2 is a great machine. And so, Michael, let's talk real quick about the Deus 2, and then we'll do our drawing. So, Michael, what are you looking for from XP in whatever it is they're going to release? What are some things that you think are going to happen?
I think they will come out with that smaller coil, and I mean, it may be higher frequency coils like they did with the Deus 1. It could be electrical, it could be another 9-inch coil. I don't know. And I think they're going to have an update. Now, what'll be on that update? I don't know. Will there be added features for the the other coils, or will they add new tones? We just don't know at this point. But I think we'll see an update and some coils with that machine here in the near future.
Yeah, and I think that this new coil, whatever it may be, if that's what it's going to be, I think that new coil is going to be. I think it's going to be a multi-frequency coil, and I know it. Well, of course, I know it's going to be a multi-frequency coil, but I think it's going to be a coil that basically goes up even higher in frequency.
Frequency,
right? And so is it going to be able to run a multi-program or multi-frequency at even a higher? So are we going to get a coil that could possibly go up to 70 or 80 kilohertz, and we've got a low end of maybe 40 kilohertz, and then you maybe have another one that goes 50 and 24 or something weird like that. There's one thing I've been thinking about a lot when it comes to XP equipment, and that is, we have that max frequency on Deus 2 machines, but what if we could change the low frequency too? What if they gave us a low frequency option where we could pick the segments that we wanted to run in frequencies? To me, that's pretty interesting. And I don't know that XP will do that. But if I could go into a site and say, hey, I just want to hunt, from this range to this range as far as frequencies go, and I could change that max and low, which I don't know that they can do this. They may only be able to change, and I've heard this before, they may only be able to change the max and not the low. But if they can change both, and if this new coil is one of those coils where that could take place in, then that would be really special in my eyes, that they're doing that. Yes. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we'll see it with the Deus too, but I think that's something that they may be working on in the future. But like you said, I don't know if that can be done. Here's another question: if these coils do come out, are they going to be white again, like the Deus One coils? Or are they going to? Who knows?
Well, I will tell you this: they did tell me that I would be one of the first to have whatever it is they're coming out with in the next few months. And hopefully, it'll be before the end of the year, and we'll have one. But I'm really hoping that that will take place. So maybe I'll be able to get one of those, and I'll be able to run it through its paces and so on. Golden Treasure says, and would like a Manicore update to help the bent rusty nails coming through as a nice similar silver coin signals. I do dig more rusty nails. I don't know, Golden Treasure, if you've seen Michael and I's Ferris limit settings, that can help with some of those square nails. Now, it's not going to help with all of them. If they're bent or if it's a round target, sometimes there's just no way out of that. But I think what Michael and I have with our Ferris limits, the way we've set that up, I think it helps that machine out tremendously.
Also, sensitivity setting. If you're digging a lot of nails, run that sensitivity down a little bit. We run it, 18, 19, 20,
right,
with these coils, and you're not losing a lot of depth with it, but it does calm down quite a bit in the iron.
Yeah, and everybody remembers, when the Manicore came out, I think a lot of us were confused as far as where we should run that sensitivity setting. And Michael just said it, running it really high can really impact that falsing. So if you're running it at 24 or 25, you're probably going to see more falsing than if you would run it at 20. And you don't lose depth. I mean, this machine is plenty deep, the Manicore is. But back to the Deus too, Michael. So I do believe that coil or some form of a new coil is coming, but I just don't know what it's going to be like. I do know that XP is working extremely hard to try to give you guys something that is innovative, new, cutting edge, and so on. That's what XP is known for. So be patient. I know there's a lot of stuff coming out right now, and eventually that'll die down. And usually when those things happen, XP is usually the one that jumps into the fray when we least expect it. So be prepared for that, and look forward to what XP has coming, because I'm telling you, it's usually something that is very, very game-changing and innovative. And you guys know how XP is for you guys that are Deus 2 users and have been XP users. you're going to find out that it was worth the wait, So let's see what they do for sure.
Well, I think, they're kind of known to be tight-lipped until the last week or two before the release. So, I mean, we may not hear that until it's, they're fixing to drop that coil. So
Right.
we'll
Corey
just have
Kunkel
to
says
see.
he's been using our Ferris limits lately with very good results. Yeah. Michael and I have had a ton of success with our Ferris limits set up on the Manicore, and it works extremely well. Stack Silver says, I actually have come to like the WS6 Master more than I thought. Well, let me tell you, the WS6 Master, for as small as it is, it packs a mighty punch, and you still got the Deus 2. Regardless, you've got a lot of the Deus 2 features. I mean, there are some drawbacks to the WS6, but if you're a person that wants the Deus 2 experience, you can get that experience with the WS6, and you can take it out and start hunting with it. If you're doing that conversion pack, which they have, that's a great way to get into that Deus 2 environment at $599, which you can probably get a little bit cheaper, but $599, that's not a bad deal as well if you're wanting to get a Deus 2, because you're getting all the Deus 2 performance. You're getting all those things with the WS6. So yeah, just keep going. Golden Dredger says, yes, running 8 down and 8 up from the bottom works and helps, but stupid square nails bent are ridiculous. They're hard. Square when they're bent like that, it's tough. It really is. Regardless,
Yeah,
it
for
doesn't
any
matter.
machine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what machine it is, to be honest with you. Other than the HF coil, I really can't think of many things I would like to have them change or add. Right. And hopefully they come out with a little small coil. That's what I think a lot of people are waiting for. Kerry Pope says, too much trash in my area. Is not the greatest fan of Deus 2. Prefer the Manicore and Legend. And that's great. I mean, I'm going to tell you, Manicore and Legend are two solid machines. Especially if you hunt parks, Michael, I really think the Manicore and the Equinox and the Legend, I think they do really well in parks. Don't you think so? More so than the Deus 2, maybe in some cases.
I think they do. I mean, and that screen on the Manicore really helps you more than a lot of people think it would, and more than I thought it would.
Right.
When it first come out, but it's really been a help. As far as determining what you're about to do.
Right. The screen on the Manicore is just, I was a disbeliever of that screen until again, this goes back to what I said earlier with the board, until I actually started using it and really paying attention to it. And then I realized, man, this screen's not that bad. It does get fooled. I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to say that it's probably 80%, 85% accurate in a lot of cases, whether it's a round object or a mangled object. Aluminum, though, does cause it fits. And if it's crumpled aluminum, sometimes it will show up as a circular object. So definitely for sure. Corey Kunkel says, Kerry Pope, the Deus 2 is so tweakable to help with that trash, but if they are just a bit technical, right? You can manipulate that machine, and that's the good thing about the Deus 2. It's so versatile. You can change those settings and change those things to make it to where those things will, or that machine will perform the way you need it to, for sure. Heavy Metal Detector says, I'm a Legend guy, but the Manicore screen is amazing, and it is. Michael and I really like it. It's awesome. Agree. Love the 2D screen on the Manicore. Big help to me. Right. And, you don't necessarily have to be a screen watcher. The audio on the Manicore is actually really good too. Don't you think, Michael?
Oh yeah, it's one of the best audios out there. The Minelab, a lot of people love the audio on the Minelab machines, but yeah, I mean, you could just hunt with the audio and you would do fine.
Yeah. And Corey Kunkel says, but with the Deus 2 tones, who needs a screen? And that's true too. I think audio on the Deus 2 really helps with those tonal nuances. And of course, I use both and love both machines. But again, I think the Deus 2 might have a little bit of advantage of giving you some recognition as far as audio. I think the Manicore combined with audio and screen gives you your best chances of making sure you dig the target that you think it's going to be, and it's going to help you decide in a dig or not dig situation in a lot of cases. So you got not only your eyes, but you have your eyes and your ears with the Manicore. With the Deus 2, you're mainly relying a lot on your ears, but the ID on the Deus 2 has gotten a lot better, especially with these last few updates. And, I use sensitive full tones. Sensitive full tones to me has the best ID and audio put together of any other program on that Deus 2. Right, Michael?
That's right. It really is. Gives you more information.
Right. Lance says, I'm not changing anything on my Deus 2. I got it set up well. Even in nails, the pinch tones is way to go to in heavy iron with a few other tweaks. Lance, I mean, I know you've tried sensitive full tones, but I like sensitive full tones. And I like, I like pitch. I've hunted with pitch my entire life for the most part, but sensitive full tones is just, to me, just knocks fire for sure. And I hunted in pitch and fast forever. That was Michael seen me hunt with pitch and fast. I like pitch for sure, but sensitive full tones works really well. Totally agree though. Both machines are the best on the market. That's right. Like I said, the percentage or the amount of performance difference in both of those machines, they're very small. I'm just gonna be honest. Yes. Brad Wilson says, yes, more information is good. And I agree. The more information you have, you're definitely going to have it. Yes. Sensitive full tones, high square gives such a sweet high whisper on the deep colonial relics and coins. Right. I'm with you. Don't tread on me. If he says, yeah, Lance, he says, I like pitch square. And I like pitch too. I can hunt with any of them, Michael, and they all do really well. But sensitive full tones, to me, and if he knows this too, he's on here. But to me, you do get the better ID representation running the sensitive full tones, and I've run sensitive full tones in high square, and I run that max frequency at 40, and I run my offset at 10. So I'm running it at that, and I can still get sort of an ID or a close ID of what the target is actually in the ground as well with those nails and other things around it. So, yes, definitely. Never realized how many square nails there are on the ground. If they think they were gathered up, you could build an Empire State, but there's a lot of them. It depends on the site that you go to, for sure. So, okay. Well, Michael, I think we've about exhausted everything. Evie says his brain is not smart enough for full tones. Well, Evie, you could get there. I promise you. I love sensitive full tones. It just works for me. The sweeper program, for you guys that know what the sweeper program is, it's designed off of sensitive full tones, and it just works really, really well. And I've got to, speaking of that, Michael, I got the video that's been sitting in the hopper for 3 months with the sweeper program and the Deus 2. Guys, you got to see this hunt. This hunt is a thing of beauty. Michael got to experience it. Michael, did I dig some targets, buddy?
Yeah, some great targets and a lot of them. So.
And a lot of them, I know. Evie sort of knows some of the things I dug too, but yeah, I dug some great targets, and the sweeper program, it didn't let me down, did it, Michael?
No, it performed well that day for sure.
It did. And Michael was using the Manicore too. I had Michael so worried up after that hunt. He wanted to put down his Manicore and pick up his Deus too. I said, Michael, don't do that. Didn't I, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, the next day it was the opposite way. We found a lot of stuff with the Manicore, so it's just getting over the targets. Yeah,
right. And that's why it's fun. It's fun using different machines, and you can find stuff with all of them. We know that, and I've done it multiple times, and Michael's done it multiple times too. So don't get so set up on a machine, really honestly. If you're a good metal detectorist and you put your coil over it and you know how to set up that machine, you're going to be able to find something. It doesn't matter what the machine is in a lot of cases, in some cases for sure. Gary says, I started with the Garrett AT Cold and several years later decided to get a newer detector, Deus or Equinox 900, chose the 800. 800 is a great machine. I used the 800 for a very long time as well, and it performs very well. Brad Wilson says, yeah, the man, Michael and I will tell you right now, that's one of our favorite setups on that machine. That M9 may never come off of my machine. Will it, Michael?
Yeah, I love that coil. It's lightweight, well balanced, and it separates, and you get good depth with it. So.
I've been saying I'm going to do this, but I am going to take that M9 coil out on the beach. I haven't done that yet, so I'm real interested to see what happens there. Mad Max is back in here with us. What's up from East Tennessee? Glad to have you in here with us, Mad Max. Appreciate you. All right, so we're in for Michael. We're in for our drawing. You ready to do a little bit of a giveaway tonight?
What you got tonight?
Yeah, wait. Let's see what we can rummage through for our giveaway. Let's pull it up here, and let me get this set up. Sure, and we'll pull it up. What? Didn't do what I wanted it to, Michael. StreamYard. That's the home page. Let me find it here quick. Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. So we are going to do a giveaway. And one other thing, too, I want to mention. Aggie says, I'm posting a new video tonight. James Dean's childhood home, epic permission, epic fine. So there you go. Yeah, that'll be really cool, Aggie. We'll definitely have to check that out for sure. And Aggie, we appreciate you being a loyal member on the membership channel as well. So thank you. Guys, go check out her video, James Dean's childhood home. She's actually going to get a chance to go and metal detect it. So one other thing, too, before we do our other giveaway, we do have our big giveaway, too. And if you guys don't remember what that was, you can go over to our YouTube channel and you can check out our video, which is called Shocking Rev War Discovery. And if you click on that and you put hashtag XP Superfan, you can get in on the drawing for the XP Superfan giveaway package. And just to show what's in that package, we're going to show that real quick. We've got a Deus 2 hat. We have a Deus 2 polo that we're going to be giving away. We have this awesome Deus 2 t-shirt that we're going to be giving away. Sort of crumpled there. And we've got one of the holders for the remote. In case you're in the ocean, you're worried about your remote popping off. We got one of these I think it's an RC Digs. I can't remember which one it is, but we have a remote holder for you to put on your machine. Oops, dropped it. We have a magnifying glass or magnifying loupe, and we have an XP knife that we're giving away. That is the Super Fan package. So what do you have to do to get in for that? All you have to do is go over to the video that says Shocking Rev War Discovery. And let me share that screen real quick, Michael. So
also the Go Terrain app code as well, right? And that
So you guys can see here's my channel, but if you go over to the one that says Shocking Rev War Discovery, go over there, leave hashtag XP Superfan, why you are a super fan. If you want to put that on there, that would be great. And we're going to do that drawing next Friday night on the live stream. And that gets you into, you have to be a subscriber. You have to be a subscriber and you have to watch that video, or at least post on that video and leave a comment, and you need to share that video as well. And that gets you in for this super package, and you can win all of those great items. And again, these were all given to us by XP, and we appreciate XP for being a great contributor to the channel and sending us those items to give away. So if you're into that and you want to get in on the XP Superfan package, all you got to do is leave hashtag XP Superfan on, there it is right there. Just leave hashtag XP Superfan on the Shocking Rev War Discovery. And Michael mentioned it too. You also get a Go Terrain subscription. We got a 3-month subscription and a year-long subscription based on your model of your cell phone. So again, Go Terrain app, you can track and monitor where you go. You can take pictures of your finds, mark those finds all over a map. It will do all of those great things. And you get all of that just for going and leaving hashtag XP Superfan on this video called Shocking Rev War Discovery. So go do that if you're interested, and we would greatly appreciate it. And we again thank XP for being a contributor of these items to give away on our live stream. So we will do the drawing for this next Friday night. So come join us next Friday night, and we'll see who's going to win those items. And those are a lot of nice items, aren't they, Michael?
Yeah, they are. That's a good package there. So yeah, if I were you, I'd go enter that, because I mean you're getting a lot there in that one giveaway, you know.
Right. Dirty Hippie Designs. Go to that video though. I appreciate you posting it here, but go to that video, the one that says Shocking Rev War Discovery on the channel, and post hashtag XP Superfan. And then that'll get you into that drawing. But we're getting ready to do a drawing right now, Michael. So let's do that drawing. And this drawing is going to be for, I can find it, Michael. This drawing is going to be for one of these beautiful, one of these beautiful XP knives. I'm going to show you what these knives are. They're super nice.
Don't cut yourself.
No, I'm trying not to, Michael. Hopefully I don't. But anyway, there it is. You guys can see it. It's got XP's wood grain. You know, just a nice little pocket knife. But again, we're going to
knife is also made in France as well, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. You don't find these. You won't find these in the USA for sure. So yes, it is made in France. It's called a open L knife, and it's made in Savoy, France. So how do you get in on this? Yes, it's a very nice knife. So somebody's going to win one, and we're going to do the drawing for that tonight. So how do you win one of these knives? All you got to do is, and we'll put this in real quick, Michael. So all you got to do is type in hashtag. All right, Michael. Real simple, right?
Right.
All right. So we'll add that banner and we'll show that. So type in hashtag knife, and let's see who's going to win this beautiful XP knife, open L, from Savoy, France. How about that? It's a beautiful knife. Yeah. So type in hashtag knife, and we'll wait for everybody to get in. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the channel, if you've been watching the video, before you leave, hit that like button. That definitely helps me out. We should have way more likes. We've had way more people in here tonight. Go hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And you guys have been fantastic. Thanks for sitting here and listening to me and Michael tonight. Michael, you got anything you want to say? I feel like I've done a lot of talking tonight.
Yeah, do you still have my knife? I hadn't got mine yet.
What?
That's the one you're giving away. You're giving away my knife, right?
Yeah, I'm giving away your knife tonight. Now I got you a knife, buddy. You know I did. For sure. Yeah, Edward G says Bells is not here. No, I don't even seen Bells.
Yeah, praise
Yeah,
bells.
Bells isn't here tonight. It's a nice knife. It really is. Ricky Bennett says, yes,
Yeah.
nice knife, France made, blade, lock, and handle. That's true. And we appreciate XP for donating that and letting us have the opportunity to give these away on our live stream. Again, if you want to do the other big giveaway, definitely go and get signed up for that. Hey, Aggie says she sat out too, so that everybody will have a chance to win. I believe it. Aggie's lucky. Edward G said, Brian wants to hold up. He won't come down and see me. That's what it is. He don't love me anymore. No, we're going to be getting together soon. Michael, we got to do that. We do have to get together soon.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Fred. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you, guys. As always, all of you are just super. Look, they put hashtag Michael's knife. Oh, gosh. Yes, it is the Gamecocks mug again. The Gamecocks mug never goes away. Oh, I appreciate you guys. Is it a SAR signature edition knife? Well, I can sign it for you if you want. It'll be a signature edition. Thank you, LC. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully it was informative. We went through a lot of things. I know some of it is sort of redundant in some ways, but some of it is stuff that people want to hear and know about. And we just have fun coming on here each night with you guys, Michael and I, and just enjoying hanging out. That's it. Appreciate you, Chris. Thank you, Rito. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. Hi, Fred. Again, great chat tonight. Yeah, we did. We talked about it at the beginning, about 10 or 15 minutes in, right, Michael? So if you missed the Vortex stuff, you can go and watch. Some good stuff for sure. Thank you, Lance. I always appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for being here, and thanks for all that you do as well for us. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate it. We've got a lot of great videos coming too in the future. So definitely stick around. Check out the channel. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're interested in getting a little bit more from us, then sign up for the membership. You know, we're still going to be doing these lives for everybody, but we have that little membership thing where we sort of go maybe a little more in depth, or we offer some special giveaways and those types of things. But we do those membership live streams once a month, and you guys can get in on that if you choose to do so. Thank you, Golden Dredger. I appreciate you. You're welcome. Yes, Vortex is a hot topic for now. You know, I've almost got Vortex fatigue. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just almost about done with it, and I'm just ready for it to be in my hands or in somebody else's hands where I can actually see it. So we'll see what happens there. Thank you, Heavy Metal Detectors Kentucky. We appreciate you being with us tonight. Thank you, DS Metal Detecting. Appreciate you. Don't tread on me. Hopefully it cools off. Yeah, I hope so too. Don't tread on me. DCM always, buddy. Appreciate the donation, and thank you as well. Yeah, Deacon Deuce says no more Vortex. I'm about with him at this point. Mike is squatch bowling tonight. So there we go. All right. Has everybody gotten in that wants to get in on this drawing? Remember, we're giving away an XP Open L knife. Again, just to show it, if you're just joining in or just trying to hop in, we got 65 people in here, Mike. So there we go. That's the XP knife that we're giving away, and we will ship that to you. If you win, then you do have to send me your address. Send it and give me your full name and let me know that you won on the channel and your YouTube name as well. And we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Bobby. You're always great. Always great to have you in here and you're always a great supporter of the channel. All right, Michael, we ready?
Well, let's roll it.
All right, let's do this. So,
how many peoples are in the drawing?
Well, I'm getting ready to tell you, Michael. There are 40 people that have signed up for this drawing. That might be the biggest number we've had, isn't it, Michael?
I think it is.
Yeah, that's a good number. Anybody else want to get in? Closing it out. Everybody good? All right, let's do our drawing, Michael. Let me share this screen real quick so everybody can see it. Appreciate it, Brad. Thanks for getting in. Greeny Meanie, thank you for being here tonight. And only 5 for the bag. LOL. So let's see what happens with this drawing, Michael. Let me put this up on the screen. I got to share it. Stop that screen. Got to share this screen. There's a lot that goes into this, guys, too, by the way. Y'all didn't know. I wish it were really a lot easier. Okay. Thank you, Greeny Meanie. We appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a great, loyal supporter of the channel. We appreciate you. All right, so let's do our drawing, Michael. We got 40 people. Somebody's going to be the lucky winner of that beautiful knife tonight. Let's do that drawing. And here we go. Wow, Michael, that's a lot of names.
Yeah.
USMC 615, always on here too, Michael. So that's super that he won. Appreciate that. Yeah. Congratulations. You are the winner of our XP knife, USMC 615. Please shoot me an email with your name and address and that kind of good stuff, and we'll get this knife out to you as soon as possible. And again, it's sransc@gmail.com, and we'll get this beautiful XP knife out to you. Congratulations, USMC 615.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yes. Yeah, I wonder if he's excited. I hadn't seen a comment from him. Hopefully he didn't get off of here, but I'm sure he stayed on. Yes, it's a nice knife. It really is. It really is. Okay, Michael. It's time to get out of here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it is. It's getting later.
Yeah, we've been on here for a while tonight. Hey, he says, wow, I would have never thought I'd win. Awesome, guys. Hey, we appreciate you. You've been on here a good bit, and we appreciate your support, being on here with us on these Friday nights and hanging out. Hopefully you guys take away something really good tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are amazing and awesome. Go out and find some great treasures this weekend. Enjoy being out. Enjoy time with family, friends this weekend. And just let us know what's going on with you. Send us some of your finds if you're interested. We'll be glad to share those things on the next live stream. Don't forget to sign up next weekend, next Friday night. We will do our drawing for the XP Superfan package, and we'll have some more great content. Watch the channel as I got more stuff coming in the near future. And it's some great videos, a Deus 2 video, more triple score videos are coming. I've got a great Manicore video loaded on deck. So there are a lot of things that I'm going to be showing over the next week. So you definitely want to be in here, checking out the channel, watching those videos. There's going to be some really cool things that you're going to get to see found. Some of my best, by the way, too, in those videos. And Michael got to see a good many of those finds as well. We appreciate you guys. Thank you, Gary. Yes, thank you, Edward G. Thank you for sending in your finds. Thanks, Carrie Pope. Appreciate it, Digging Dude. As always, thanks, Matthew. Appreciate it, Heavy Metal Detectors Kentucky. We appreciate you, Stack Silver. Thank you so much. Thank you, DS Metal Detecting. Thanks, Ricky Bennett. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Rito. Thank you, all you guys that are regulars on here. This show's not possible without you guys. And I appreciate all of your support. Hit that like button before you leave if you haven't already. And we'll catch you guys next weekend. Michael, anything you want to say before we leave?
I enjoyed it tonight, guys. I appreciate everybody coming on, and try to stay cool this weekend. I know next week here it's going to be about 100 degrees. It's going to be
Michael,
smoking.
it's gonna be in the
Yeah.
90s. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be
Yeah.
hot. So
Yep.
yeah. So yeah, y'all stay hydrated. Take care of yourself. Wear sunscreen. Of course, you guys, I don't know if I said this, but I just had a little spot removed off of my face because of being out in the sun. So wear some sunscreen. Do those things as well. So yes, USMC, get with me about the knife, SRANSC@gmail.com. I'll throw that back up there one more time real quick. And we will look forward to getting your email. All right, Michael. Well, I think that's a wrap, buddy. I think it's time to head to the bed. I'm tired.
Yeah. Me too.
Right. So go out there and find some great things. We look forward to being with you guys next Friday night. Same time, 7:30. Should be a great show. Hopefully we'll have some more information about the Vortex. Maybe something else will happen over the next week. And it's probably going to start to slow down now, I would think, Michael. We've had all these great releases. And it's got to slow down at some point, right?
Right. I mean, I think maybe next in line will be XP. We'll have to see.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope it is XP. I really do. I really do hope XP is going to come through really soon. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But anyway, you guys take care. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy your time, and go out and find some great things. We will see you guys very soon, and we'll catch you on our next adventure. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your night, and we'll see